And I'm back. How's my people doing? My favorite people in the whole world. I am here. I'm gonna turn this off because it's kind of loud. I am here in Colorado. Colorado. Nolans. Didn't get you right yet, did you? Jordan Rat. You know me, I'm gonna get right into it. Taxes. I know. I pay a lot of taxes because I own my own business, my own LLC, corporate C status. But damn, YouTube ain't playing. YouTube is like, we need to get paid. But we want to get paid too, right? I don't know about you, but I'll be looking at Jordan. He got some expensive equipment. Mickey, Frama. This right here's this little piece right here, which broke. This right here is like 30, 40 bucks. Some places more. Right? Right, y'all? Y'all feeling it. And y'all like, man, can I write this off too? Sure. Yeah. You can write off. I got 3 devices. You could write off tablets. If you're driving like towards certain places and you're using the car, you can write off GPS equipment. Well, you know, we're gonna talk about that next. Taxes, monetization. That's a monetization. That word sounds nice. Monetization. You know, when you get monetized, doesn't that feel good? Like to do all that work and you're like, monetization. Just saying it feels good, man. It just gives you like that. You know, I go get paid. But then again, Uncle Sam wants to get paid too. That's what we're going to be talking about. You know, we're going to get right into it. I'm letting some people come in because you know how YouTube is. We're down here. Our notification system sucks. We got like that ghetto rig notification system. Other type YouTubers, man, I think they got mate service. Whenever there's a notification, instead of getting that little notification, people be knocking in their houses, in their office. Sir, you got a YouTube notification. What we get is like a rinky-dink, bing, once in a blue moon notification. Yeah, by the way, you got I think you got a subscriber going live 3 hours ago. Sorry. But if you're up here, man, you hit enter to go live, boom! YouTube is like sending, they're notifying the CIA you're going live. But us, you know, we get notified like 5 hours after the live feed is done, after everybody's done dinner and they're asleep. Sometimes I get notifications the next day. Hey, by the way, your best sub, one of your subscribers went live last night. Sorry. But it's okay because we're not going to quit. You know why? We're going to figure this out. Taxes. So like that, YouTube doesn't take our cuts and Uncle Sam doesn't. Now you're saying, well, I'm never going to get monetized. That's what you said 500 subscribers ago, right? Remember that? Boom. Now you're almost there. Same thing with Jordan. Jordan was stuck at 140. That's crazy. I think he's pushing 600. By the way, we're going to make Jordan Rat we're going to push him. Once he gets to that 500 in a few days, boom, boom, here goes another one. We're going to push him. Hold on, let me drink some of my taxes juice to get that energy to give you some information. That information. Now, that's right, Jordan, you're growing quickly. Don't let it get to your head, man. When I got my 1,000, you know what I did? I got excited to help people for free. Because my trucking world wasn't helping. They was talking about it, but they weren't being about it. They wanted to help themselves. When I got 1,000 in a few weeks, boom. I said, wow, that's why I got all this extra energy. You know what? I'm like the Flash. You know the Flash on the TV show when that nuclear blast gave people special powers and they kind of, that's what happened to me. Like when I got my 1,000, boom, I got special powers that help people. I am Super Helper Man. I think that's a superhero. I'm not sure. I might be copywriting it. Let me make sure. But I am Super Helper Man. the abilities to leap tall problems and solve them, and boom, we're going to help you. But anyway, let me just stop fantasizing, because these taxes are real. But, you know, when you get income, you're wondering when you get monetized, because, you know, my channel is about helping you get monetization, keep your subs, and keep your money, and keep your money too. If you get your, you know, AdSense activated, you're like, man, what? I got to pay taxes? You know, yeah, you do. You know, the thing with taxes is anything has to be reported. Let's say if you made $20 on YouTube, you got to report that, because YouTube is reporting it to Mr. Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is not a rapper from the 90s. No, that's the other uncle. Uncle Sam is the federal government, you know, IRS. I don't even know why they call it Uncle Sam. It's kind of a weird name, but Uncle Sam with the hat, with the dollar sign thing and the American flag, he's going to get reports from YouTube. So anything that you generate, you know, just cover your bases and report it. You got $5 from a YouTube check because somebody gave you 24 views. Boom, put it in there. Now, even $1, man, just put it in. You know why? You want to keep your money. You don't want to lose your money. Okay, so now you're wondering, well, what if I make 500? You will make 500 if you had the hustle and tenacity to get your friends and get yourself 1,000, pushing yourself. Then you could push yourself to make a $500 a month. Let's say you made 500. Can you report that? Yeah. Well, it depends on what you want. I don't know. I can't read your mind. I would love to. I'm reading somebody's mind now. They're saying, man, this guy is boring. Can he just shut up? Yeah. Well, I try to be less boring. See, the thing is, you got to decide what you want to do. You want to be a business or you want to be a hobby? You're not sure? It's okay. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you generate, you still got to report. Boom, right? You know, we're not going to rush you to be independent and just make YouTube your living. A lot of my friends do that. They make a lot of money. But you don't have to. You got to decide now. You got to get your minutes now and decide, what am I going to do? Again, once you decide, right, if you make over 600, you could YouTube will give you a 1099. That means independent contractor. That's what I have as an owner. All business owners have that. All that's saying is now you own your own business and you are your own boss and you run a company. You run your own business. Now, what you do with that business is up to you. How you want to declare it, and you know, for the government to know how they're going to tax you on that. So that it's just like a little simple process. 1099. That says that you are a legit business now. You're an independent contractor, right? That even if you don't have a 1099, you still got to pay taxes on any revenue reported. Pretty soon I'm going to see a lot of people going into a coma and dying off, but this is what my channel is about. If you want information on how to keep and maintain your YouTube channel, it's not just about grabbing friends and running. I mean, that don't make no sense. Learn something when you're here. A couple minutes, 10, 20 minutes. You gotta consider where you're gonna change from hobby to business. When you decide that, you know, you still gotta pay taxes even if you're a hobby. Don't forget, that's the whole point of this. I don't want you to get in trouble. You still gotta pay taxes. Ain't Uncle Sam mean? He's a bad. Shut your mouth. You know what I mean? He's bad. So now, see, the difference is if you're a business versus a hobby, you could deduct expenses and deductions on your business. If you're a hobby, you're limited. You can't really do that. Let's say you're a business and you bought this expensive camera. You could deduct that. But if you're a hobby, you know, there's limitations on what you could deduct and then caps and all that. Of course, getting a lawyer, a CPA, certified public accountant, really will help you in this matter. But it depends what you want to do. Let's say if you're a business, right? You could write off expenses that go into excess of what your business is, and you can generate a loss in the revenue. Wow, that sounds so hard. All that really means is, like, you could write off stuff, and you know, as the business, you can write off stuff. See, listen, you can write off expenses and that go into an excess. That means a whole bunch of stuff that you bought, right? A lot of equipment, batteries, lights, generators, and in excess of what your business is, and you can generate a loss in the revenue. What that means is, if you done bought a whole bunch of stuff and you didn't make that much, you can still write off certain amounts and write it off. That means you can write off the extra money from the stuff that you bought. It ain't gonna hurt you, and you could do that. You could, again, I'm giving you my basics. A certified public accountant will give you a whole lot more, man. These guys, that's what they breathe. I do this because I love it, but I'm not a certified public CPA. I have people to do my taxes. I am learning to do my own taxes because I love doing that stuff. But my business is different than YouTube. My target audience right now is not business oriented at this point. I got different videos and channels for that. This is about helping you get basic stuff so you could get on it. And you're saying, well, I'm not going to get monetized. Yes, you are. You are. Now shut up. If you got a hobby on we still with taxes here. If you have a hobby, you can bring the revenue down to 0. That means you have more flexibility to get bigger breaks from the government so they don't take all your money. That's all what that means. Again, get a certain CPA or person that does personal taxes and business taxes. That'll really, really help you. I'm giving you the basics to give you that taste. If your expenses is less than revenue, if your expenses are less than the revenue, the number are going to be the same either way. In your business side or your hobby side. Think of it. The numbers are going to be generated even if it's a business or a hobby, and it's going to be reported. It's just the difference is the classification of your business to the government. They got to know, what are you going to do? Are you a business? But let's say if you just want to be a hobby, that's fine. You could be a hobby. You know what? You're a hobby and YouTube sends you a couple dollars every month, right? Because you're getting views. 24 views equals $1. Now you just got like $50, right? You don't got to classify your business to the government. That's upon you, depending on how smart you are and how smart your lawyers are for you to keep more money versus like my business. I try to keep more money instead of giving it to Uncle Sam. I'm in a higher $100,000 a year bracket, almost $200,000. That's a lot of taxes. And I want to keep a lot of those dollars, right? Because of that, I know more about this stuff because it pertains to me and it's hitting me at home. You're probably just going, I never got to pay that much. But what if you do in 1 month or 2 months when you're monetized? Don't give away your $50 in taxes where you can keep $50. You know what I mean? Now, again, I'm going to keep saying this. Get a CPA, certified public accountant. Those guys know all these numbers. If you see, the thing is, with the government, right? Uncle Sam, again, I don't know who he is. He's around somewhere. All I know is that he's taking a lot of my money, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam wants to know your intent. Your intent. That means you got to establish, when you're running a business, an intent. That's just a fancy word for saying, are you going to be a business or are you going to be a hobby? We need to know so we can tax you properly. If you're going to be a business under a C Corp or LLC or different fancy names that probably sound like German and French, if you're going to be that, then we're going to tax you according to that. But if you're just going to be a hobby, we'll tax you upon a defaulted. We'll tax you 24%, basically. The higher you go tax. So if you make $1, Uncle Sam's going to almost take a quarter, a whole 25 cents. No, you want Uncle Sam to take maybe 7 cents out of $1, a dime, at the most 12.5, which is the employee tax percentage, like Social Security plus Medicaid. That equals to 12 points for those two employment taxes. No more than 12.5 or 12.7, not 25%. Again, I'm probably boring y'all, losing you, but get a CPA. You'll figure it out. You are going to figure it out once it starts hitting you. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing you. I'm giving you superpowers to have that shield. So when Uncle Sam comes, bing, bing, bring it, baby. And, you can keep your money. I'm doing a lot of sci-fi, DC I'm getting ready for, that new Avengers movie. Can't wait. Okay, now, just establish your intent. Tell the government what you're going to do. If you're not sure, just let it be and then get taxed at 25%. All I'm trying to do is save you for you not to get taxed at 25%, maybe at 10%, 12%, 12.5, half of that. I'm trying to, which at the end of the day, if you made $1,000, that's almost $300 that the government is going to keep off of you. I'm trying to make you see, instead of them taking 300, I want them to just to take 100 or maybe just $70 out of your income tax, out of that 100 that you 1,000 that you made, or 100, whatever. You know what I mean? Again, I'm just trying to help you. I hope I'm not complicating the hell out of this. Okay, you gotta establish yourself, and then know, and you got what you want to do, right? So now, establish a long-term plan, for your YouTube business. You've been in here this long, every day grinding, every day trying to get friends, every day trying to do stuff. You've been in here that long. So what does that mean? Don't stop. Don't stop at 1,000 friends, and then just keep at it. And what I mean is, get into your business, study it, learn taxes, man. If you learn taxes for like 20 minutes a day for like, that's what I did. I learned corporate credit. It took me 3 months. Did I pay? Yeah, I paid some places to learn that. And I learned it. Then I learned free by just researching the hell out of it, of what I learned by paying other people, other websites. When I learned that, I went deep. I'm talking about deep into the crazy, boring studying. When I, like Mickey says, I had my notebook. I got all my notebook and all that. Man, I learned above that level. And they were trying to say, well, you want to do this? No, I already know that. You want to fix your corporate credit? I already know how to do that. I got 12 trading lines that I got on my own. All of that, I don't need your money. I don't need your credit. I learned that on my own. Why? Because I wanted to know more about trucking. I got my full authority on my own. I got my other trucking knowledge in business. I learned off of others, and if I had to pay, I did that, and then I absorbed it by applying more. So this right here is more. All this little basic stuff, and you're probably just doing this. Let me get these other friends here. Where is he talking about taxes? I want to hear that. I hope you hear a little bit. So now you're saying, can I write off my cameras? Sure, that you can write them off because you're a YouTuber, right? And that's an expense. Can you write off your batteries, your lights, your studio setting, right? Your curtains, your YouTube pillows, anything that's going to pertain to the business. Yeah. To some extent, if you incorporate as a C Corp entity, you can write off your car expenses too, no matter, even if you're not going to an event. I'll get to that later. But you have to know how the corporate tax laws work, which I did because I told you I was boring and I studied all that. But if you do the same, you'll know. So my little bit of studying is saving me thousands and thousands of dollars every 3 months, every quarter. Thousands. So what I invested in that, which was a tax write-off, I got back in return. Know how to invest in your business. Know how to give time. Time is money. Time is precious. Time is a treasure. That's also a commodity that you have to invest in to get a return, to get money back, to make money. That's what you have to do. So yeah, this is like boring, right? Business is boring. Trump is boring, but he's worth $6 billion. Microsoft, Bill Gates, when you hear him talk, blah, 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 and he's worth 80 billion. The owners of Walmart, 100, the guy that owns Amazon, when you look at him, he's boring as hell, but he's worth $135 billion. That's exciting to me. So I'm trying to make you exciting for your business. Learn it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Just learn it, which means tax time. Next month, tax time. Boy, my wallet's gonna get hit pretty good. So now you're saying, well, can I write off my super duper deluxe, camera that writes underwater and it's like a super oven inside? It's the best camera ever. Yeah, you can write that off, but be aware that you also have to use this thing called reasonable and necessary, right? Reasonable and necessary, according to the government, means like, okay, a camera takes pictures, but if you want a camera that takes pictures and gives you a heated massage, maybe that's not reasonable and that's not necessary. If you want a camera that does your lunch for you and you want to take pictures for YouTube, maybe that particular pricey camera, you may not be able to write that off. You can write a portion of it off but maybe not that, because that's not reasonable and necessary. So when you're writing off stuff, don't go crazy and go punch a higher price. Don't go crazy and punch a higher item at Best Buys. Be thinking reasonable and necessary. Okay, you got the basic Sony, but then you got the Sony with the gimbal, stabilizer, great graphics and all that. That's pretty necessary, because you want to get good quality thumbnails for the algorithm, right? And all that, right? Get it? So that's necessary. Don't buy the cheapo. Get the middle grade, upper level, but don't get the one that's giving you free massages and is talking sweet to you and is giving you positive statements. You are the greatest photographer ever. Hey, did that camera just say that to me? That's a good feature. I like that camera. I'm gonna pay extra $4,000 for that, because I like to hear that all day. Uncle Sam's gonna say, "Yo, what? You really need that camera?" No, you don't. We're gonna do an audit. We want our money back. So be aware of all that stuff. When you're writing off stuff, reasonable and necessary. When you're writing off stuff, again, I'm trying to make this real fast. Now you're talking about in terms of write-offs, right? Tripods, batteries, all that. Now let's say that you got that expensive camera because you're a vlogger and you're a YouTuber. It's really pricey, and it's capped at a certain percentage. Again, I don't know your tax tables. I don't know what your LLC or your corporate entity is, so I don't know if you're a hobby or not. But just keep in mind the basics of this. If you're capped at a certain price point for equipment and you pass that, you can still get that camera. The only thing is, you can get the camera and depreciate it over time. What that means is, if you like that super deluxe, super duper camera and it's on a one-time sale, Black Friday, and you're not going to get that same price and you want it, well, go ahead and get it. For the first, let's say, if it's $5,000, right? You'll pay the $5,000. You'll deduct for the first year a certain what you call depreciation. So that camera that's $5,000, you could probably get it for $3,800. After like 3 or 4 years. You depreciate, you're getting back depreciation credits every year. I hope I didn't lose y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not a tax accountant, and I'm not certified to be teaching this. I'm giving you the basics. Let's say you got this expensive super duper camera and you can't deduct it this year. You could deduct it over time on the depreciation basis. That means that $5,000 won't be $5,000. You'll get tax breaks up to like $3,800, which is not bad, or maybe up to almost $4,000, which is almost 80% of the value of the camera. So you really got the camera for 20% using your deductions for your business. I know I probably lost y'all. I hope not. But see, YouTube is a business. I run my business here. Y'all think all I do is drive. Yeah, I do that, but I am literally running a business behind the scenes. And when I started this, I understand why Mickey, Jamaica, all these top YouTubers take breaks. This is exhausting and it takes time. This is taking time for my business, but I love it. I'm going to still incorporate this into my life and into my business too. So when you're doing write-offs, be aware. Is it necessary? Is it reasonable? And if it's not reasonable, then you can still deduct that on a depreciation basis. In some cases up to 100% of the actual cost of the camera. I hope I'm not losing y'all. Please tell me I'm not losing y'all. So now, right? So now you're like, okay, Alex, what are you babbling about still? What I'm trying to do is help you save taxes and try to help you run your business properly. If you're driving from New Jersey to Florida for a YouTube event, you can write off all of that fuel costs and tow bills. That's a business expense. I don't know if you know that. I think Mickey had a big video on that, but I'm just giving you the basics. If you have an event from here to California, you can write off the ticket airline price, at 100%. See, don't forget, you got to have money to make money. You got to spend money to make money. I'm going to repeat this. You got to have money. You got to spend money to make money. This ain't no tongue twister or one of those. You got to spend money to make money. I'm going to repeat this. You got to spend money to buy stuff and equipment for your YouTube channel and all that. You know, you got to spend money to get that in order to make money. That part comes later. How? Well, let's say this is January. From January to December, you spent money on your business. You spent $50,000, right? At the end, you know, when tax season comes in, you can write that off if it's reasonable and if it's necessary, which most likely it is. So you spent money during the year, you know, like if I bought this right here for $5, I'm always using this as an example, right? If I bought this for $5, well, I don't got the $5 on me now, right? I don't got it now, but I still got to pay taxes at the end of the year, right? So I just pay $5. Guess what? If my taxes at the end, these are examples. These ain't real tax statements. If my taxes is $1,000 at the end of the year, I'm gonna minus 5 from that. So now my taxes is $995 because this is a write-off. If I bought this right here for $500, so my taxes are gonna be minus 500. So now it'll be 995 minus 500. So now my taxes is only going to be $945. You keep doing that. So you're making money. You know how? By keeping Uncle Sam away from your taxes, right? By writing off stuff. Yeah, so you're going to spend money. You're not going to have $5 now, but at the end of the year, when you got to pay taxes, you don't got to pay the big tax bill because you're going to chop it down like a tree by writing off stuff in your business. You see what I'm saying? You with me so far? I probably lost everybody. So you could write off, you know, if you have a house, you could write off, put like a little space and write off part of that house in terms of your office space. You can write off an office space. Each state has different tax laws. Again, get a CPA. I am not a CPA, certified public accountant. Get one. Each state got different laws on how much you could deduct off your mortgage for that space. I know the percentages. And I know all that from New Jersey law for when, you know, I'm in real estate over there. So when I flip a house, I know what to write off. Or if I'm going to write flipping houses and taxes and all that, staving off capital gains, see, a whole different market. Forget about that. When you're doing your taxes in your house, if you want to do an office, you could write that off too. Write off your office space, your office equipment, your printer. Make sure that your office space doesn't have mops and cleaning supplies. Like, let's say if you made an office space inside your closet, you could do that little office space in there, but make sure you don't got a washer in there. Make sure you don't got a mop. Make sure you don't got a broom, because you don't want Uncle Sam to come to your house and do an audit. And then they're gonna see that your office is, you're faking it. You got a fake office and you just want to get a write-off. You know what I mean? So make sure you got everything that's legit. Printers, copiers, papers, clips, staplers, a computer, a desk and a screen with no other stuff around. Even if you got your room, if you want to get your room as a write-off, the little space, make sure that space in there doesn't have a closet in there, because now that's not office space. That's just substituting as an office space. Know all these things. You can write off whatever you want if it's reasonable and necessary. Now, let's say a lot of YouTubers go around the world. Ain't that cool? They go around the world vlogging and video, you know, doing YouTube videos around the world. And you're figuring, whoa, can I just go around the world with my camera and just write off stuff? Well, you can to some extent, you know, if it's reasonable and necessary. Let's say if you go to Portugal and you're going to a YouTube convention, right? But the YouTube convention is 2 days and you stay 3 days. But it's okay, a couple extra dollars. YouTube might not care about that. But if you go to Portugal and you write off the vacation, well, the trip, because it's going to be related to YouTube, and you stay there for 2 weeks, you know, YouTube convention was only 2 days. That's kind of not reasonable, and that's really not necessary. Again, you can write off the portion of that vacation by saying, hey, I stayed in Portugal for 2 more extra weeks because I was doing research for my next video shoot. So you could write a portion of that vacation, so you can still get away. Again, a CPA, people that specialize in those, give you even more information that's going to be useful, so you can keep more of your money. So it's not a loss. You know, if you went to Atlanta, you went to a golf course, right? At the golf course, you had a convention for 1 day, but you stayed at that golf course for a week. Again, they're going to say, well, you know, it was only 1 day. Your bills are for like a week. What's up? Well, I decided to stay in Atlanta to look for more recording sites. See, little loopholes around that. Again, do as you do whatever you can do in terms of how much you can learn, but also hire a CPA. These tax people, they know stuff, man. They train for that. If you, let's say if you took a trip to Florida, right, and you wrote off the trip because you want to go to Florida to scout locations in Orlando, and by chance your family lives in Orlando, that's okay, but you still gotta be aware that if a government audits you, you want to have logs, papers saying, I went to the Gardens in Florida to look for a vacation, and keep that record. I am doing research for my next photo shoot. Keep that record every day. If you're going to trips and all that, keep a record on paper, like a little trip log of everything you're doing in YouTube, so you can write off the fuel costs or the plane tickets, right? If you keep that record, that'll save you from the audit. Even though you went to visit your family, right? You're in Orlando. That's great. They happen to be there. Hey, I didn't know my family was going to be at the Everglades. You know what I mean? YouTube doesn't care about that as long as they get like a little portion of your taxes. They don't want to write the whole trip off because you literally, you were just scouting. So you can write off a portion of that trip, which is better than paying. If the fuel was 500, you could write off 200 or like half of that. You know, something is better than nothing. That's about it, guys. So, you know, I hope I reach somebody's brains and don't forget, you got to save money. You could do YouTube. You could do YouTube part-time and write it off, write your vacations and all that. It's, you could do YouTube as a hobby and still do that, but the tax bracket is higher. But if you do it as a business with a 1099, you could do YouTube still. You don't got to be a full-time leaving your job thing. You can still do your 3 jobs and do YouTube as a business. All of this, what I just said, you can still do all that as a business. It doesn't have to be 40 hours a week or full-time. You could do it 10 hours a week, 3 hours a day, 3 hours a week, and write off stuff and get tax breaks. Guys, let me give a quick shout out, then I'm leaving. I probably bored everybody to death. I'm just trying to help you, man. Hey, Dirty Broke, China. I probably lost everybody with that information. I live all this stuff every day, man. Man, sorry, the next live will be more funner. I appreciate your advice. It's great, man. I know I lost you, Jordan. Stop lying. I lost you at tax time. Boom. What? YouTube is hard. You need to help me. Well, I'm here. Nolans. I'm done, man. I want to kill you. 30 minutes is enough. I love all of y'all for standing true, man. It's like your ears bleeding. Oh, make it stop. Taxes. What? Charles Gilmore. I like your comments. I just have fun with YouTube. See, he always says that. He just has fun. You know what? You still got to pay taxes if you monetize. If by any chance you make money, if your ads get, if you don't monetize, YouTube's still going to make money off of you anyway. They're going to put, if you're qualified for monetization, that's another key point. If you qualify for monetization, and if you don't monetize your channel, YouTube going to put ads on your channel no matter if you don't want to or not and get paid. They'll get 100% and you won't. So you might as well just monetize. I don't know if y'all know that. If you don't monetize your channel and you're just having fun, that's great. If you're doing it for a hobby, but YouTube's still going to make a lot of money off of you because they're going to, if you got the qualifications with views, 240,000 minutes, they're automatically going to put ads on your channels. If it's if it's optimized for a good discovery search, I'm probably losing. I was confusing category with this word optimization yesterday. If you optimize your channel, if you tune up your channel so it could be discovered, optimized, if you do that so it could be discovered, don't forget right now it's 16 here or 20. I don't know. It could be 5 or it could be 1. It could be 0. Whoever watching me, but others still going to watch too. You know what I mean? Like whoever's watching me here, that's my supporters, that counts. But you also get views from the outside world through discovery. YouTube want you to they want you to do good thumbnails, because that helps in the discovery process, and good titles and good descriptions of your YouTube channel, because that helps. It gives them direction on how to help your channel. And once that happens, you know, your videos are going to be they're going to be seen by a whole bunch of people that's not even your friends. So don't forget, what was his name? Charles Gilmore III. If you don't monetize, YouTube will take your money. Because if you qualify for you know, if you're big heck, that's facts. Yeah, it's real big facts. How you do that? Well, monetize? How'd you do that with China? I don't know if you're talking to me. I did not know that. The other thing. What other thing? China, my brain is spinning from that tax talk. Because I'm thinking about those big bills I'm going to have to pay in a few weeks. I pay like a lot of taxes, like $4,000 every couple of weeks, like every 2 months or something, every quarter. Thousands, 3,000, 4,000. You forgot. I know. I forgot too. Hey, Kimber Kiss, how you doing? Hey, if I can coach, you didn't get your wrench? I don't even see if I can coach in here. Did he get his wrench? I gave out more wrenches yesterday. This YouTube, man, they get on my nerves. Where's Viking Coach at? Okay, I see. I hit all live chat. Hey, how you doing, Kim? I'm over here boring people to death with tax talk. Okay, guys, I love everybody in here. I gotta go in there. I'm gonna work out later though. I'm gonna go in there, make some money. And I hope y'all took notes a little bit. I know I said a lot, but just rewind it. It'll help you. Everybody in here, I love y'all, man. I'll try to come back later, okay? Now I gotta go pay some of these tax bills.